ونترك الآن الحديث لمستر ريتشارد expert in marketing from the UNC.
Thank you, Doctor. My project, the Agricultural Policy Reform Project, is actually from USAID, but both donor agencies are very active in this area. It's a pleasure to be here today. I would like to extend my thanks to Khbir for pulling together this important event and also the other sponsors. Today I am standing in for Jeffrey Stilberman, who is a marketing consultant with our project, who has done a great deal of work on this cotton logo issue. And Jeffrey, unfortunately, is in the midst of administering some painful final exams to his students in the Passion Institute in New York. And he would love to be here today, but his students are definitely getting the worst end of it. I'm sure you can realize that. First, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm sure you already know, but still as a backdrop, it will be useful, I believe. The cotton logo came about because of a desire to move from Egypt's obvious comparative advantage in the production of high-quality barbershop cotton to a competitive advantage. Now, what does that mean, the difference between comparative and competitive advantage? I cannot do it justice in a few minutes. So let me grossly oversimplify by saying basically what we're doing is taking a superior product, adding a variety of ingredients, improving the quality, becoming a regular, reliable supplier, but importantly, adding the marketing, and the promotion so that we build a brand identity. Now, a lot of work has gone into establishing this logo, which I'm sure you've all seen, but this is on a brochure put out by the Ministry of Economy and Foreign Trade. This is what the logo looks like. It is out and it is official. A lot of work by the Ministry of Economy and Foreign Trade, also Textile, with support from our USAID project. So, the current status, perhaps you were aware of the signing of the licensing agreement to use the logo, highly publicized event in Washington in early April, where West Point Stevens and Parkdale Mills, two very large fiber companies, signed a logo licensing agreement, and in attendance was President Mubarak, His Excellency Mr. Magnani, and many, many other folks. So it's moving forward in North America. We're also fielding requests from Egyptian companies, European companies, even some requests as we speak from Australian and Asian companies. So what are we doing? We are vetting or checking these applications because we want to make sure that those who apply will use the logo as it is supposed to be used, that is on Egyptian fiber. And this we can do. We have some built-in safeguards to assure that this will indeed occur. And also, Architecture Chairman Amina Baza fairly recently announced the formation of Cotton Egypt, which is a fiber promotion unit within or closely aligned to, it's not quite clear where it will be, but it will be associated with in some capacity with Architecture. And we are working with Amina Baza and the rest of the Architecture Board in trying to establish a strategy. First, the structure for these events. That is the obvious business of how many computers we need, how many stands we need. But then also, what are the strategies and set of tactics needed to roll the logo forward? Okay, so that's enough of the status. Now I want to get to really the important stuff, and that is what your role is. You, the audience, in moving this forward, this logo effort forward to the next phase. Because as I said, we've done a lot of work in establishing the logo, trademarking it, licensing it. What now? We talked to a lot of retailers, and the question every one of them asked, every single retailer asked, where do I find the products with the logo? Where's the stuff? Obviously, you don't have the product, you don't have anything to promote. And so that's why we're pushing this next important phase. Now, having said that, we're not trying to suggest that you apparel manufacturers avoid the market forces that require that you sometimes import grays, the unfinished, the undyed fabric, or even finished fabric to make your garments and then re-export them. We recognize that you need to do that. But what we're saying is keep that old customer base, but pursue the logo. There's a lot of new customers that can be made very happily with the use of Egyptian fiber. So 5 easy, simple steps. 1, talk to your Egyptian suppliers and ask them, request that they sign up for the logo. And it's very simple. CottonEgypt.org. It is online. It can all be done from the computer. And it's very straightforward. We worked on it rather diligently to make it easy. Second step. Keep it simple, but make a few prototypes. 1 or 2 garments to add to your usual product offering. Prominently display the Cotton Egypt logo. Use the hang tag. Use this brochure, which is a very good brochure put up by, again, the Ministry of Economy and Foreign Trade. And don't forget to charge a premium for the product. Now, market forces will dictate. Obviously, you've got more latitude with some products in some markets than others. But a decent rule of thumb at this stage, 5 to 15% premium. And of course, I'm going to discuss how that will play into things as retailers obviously will be concerned about paying more because they're going to get more on their sales side. And third, as you show your products to your customers and they show interest in any product, not just the Egyptian product made from Egyptian cotton, but ask them, would you like to see this in Egyptian cotton? By and large, the reaction is going to be positive. We can't be positive that it will be that positive, but we are fairly sure that this will cause excitement. And you get into the mindset of, okay, you have to charge premium for your product. But the mindset is to tie into the Egyptian cotton mystique. And that's part of what the logo is doing. Why is that important? Because you convince that buyer he can set his price high enough to more than compensate for the premium he pays you. And that's what it's all about. Everybody makes a little bit more money, consumers are happy, benefits to all. Fourth, work with your representatives in foreign countries. Push the logo. Give them these materials, the hang tags and these brochures. Constantly monitor them for their reactions that they're getting from their clientele, and get the feedback. More information in this case, the better. Helps you fine-tune your efforts. And fifth, now this is the most difficult one. It's easy for me to say that when you are dealing with your Egyptian suppliers of fabric that have disappointed you in the past, disappointed you in the way of the quality hasn't quite been what you need to make quality garments or finished goods. The message here is don't take no for an answer. You know what your customers want. Convey the message back to your suppliers. These are the quality standards. This is what I have to have from you in terms of fabric to make the quality garment or finished goods, so that I can put the logo, use and put the logo on it. Without quality, obviously the image crumbles. The quality, mystique image of Egyptian cotton. We can't afford that. especially in this early, vulnerable stage of the cotton logo effort. And another factor that is a little bit difficult to promote really is this has to be a countrywide effort. And so it would be difficult for you to accept this, but please try to give your suppliers that have disappointed you in the past another chance. Work on the new suppliers, try to give these other suppliers another chance. Now, as this, again, we're talking about this new effort, this new phase out. As this gains momentum, the demands from the retailers and ultimately from the consumers are going to begin the pull-through massive effort required to make this effort really successful. And it's obvious. Those of you who start now, come up with a finished product displaying the logo, are going to be in a position to have products to sell at the higher price. Those of you who do not, it's very simple. You're going to miss out on an important value-added opportunity. And I've heard that phrase used many times here today. And finally, don't lose sight of the importance of 2005 and the ending of the gas agreement, which will phase out the quotas. What's going to happen then? Two groups that are going to succeed. The low-cost producers, China, Pakistan, I believe India, and producers that can establish that competitive advantage, like Egypt. No one else has Egyptian cotton. No one. This is just such a marvelous opportunity to get on this bandwagon and make the most of the opportunity. Because clearly, as you all know better than I do, if you don't, your competition on the other side of the globe, particularly FEMA, certainly will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard. But you know, what you have raised is very needs a lot of discussion. And the first point which you have raised is about premium, and that's what we are looking at. Because we are talking about the Egyptian cotton, they have to be interested to pay a premium of at least, you say 5 or 15, but I think less than 20 is not workable with us, who is going to get you the yarn from India. But anyhow, we will discuss that at the end of the meeting.